They forget to like fill up their tanks, but like
Do they?
but they have that.
Do they understand, or they just act like they understand?
Yes. But with that being said, guys, welcome back to another episode of What You Take, the show where we talk about just about any topic we can possibly think of and bring you guys along for the unfiltered, unapologetic ride. As always, you're going to have myself here, Steve, my brother Chris.
I'm Chris. That's me. It's me. I have not been switched out for a doppelganger. It is, in fact, me. I'm real, and I'm here. Anyway.
His intros get weirder every time.
They do. Yeah.
Don't forget we got Sexy Spence sitting over there.
Hey, what's up? I try and go off here sometimes, but boy, you really make that a challenge, man.
Yes, and motherfucker.
Shit.
I'm kidding.
Jeez. All right, today, guys, we have got an interesting topic that we would be doing a huge disservice if we didn't talk about because of how quickly this has become a global phenomenon. So, of course, we have to make sure that we talk about Helldivers. But before we get over to talking about Helldivers and the amazingness that it is, the absolute love of spreading democracy that we have, Chris is going to talk to you about Dubby.
Well, let me tell you guys. There's only one way to spread true managed democracy to all four corners of the galaxy. And that's when you're being powered by Dubby Energy. I will tell you that this stuff has single-handedly gotten me through Malevelon Creek. It's gotten me through Hellmire.
No one made it out of
We
Malevelon
got a veteran.
Creek.
I made it out of Malevelon. It got me through a lot. We lost Terry, Dave, Jim, and Phil.
Don't forget about Ben.
Ben will be remembered.
I loved Ben.
We all love Ben.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to lose Ben.
I was ready.
Ben!
We carry on. We carry on against the machines and the bugs. Powered by Dubby Energy. It'll keep us awake in those mech suits and make sure we're ready to keep watch all night long over those planets of Super Earth's Federation. Now, if you want some of this amazing freedom juice that keeps us powered for 8 to 10 hours at a time, just go to Dubby's website, link in the description, and then you can use our code WhatYouTake10 to get 10% off your order. That will help you and help all three of us spread managed democracy throughout Federation space.
Yeah, dude, goddamn, man. Like, props. You don't clap for this. We clap for you.
It's all Super Earth.
Yeah, that was...
I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, like, wow.
I'm just going to cut the episode right here.
Yeah, I think we're good.
So, let's go ahead and start this conversation out here. First of all, Helldivers 2. PlayStation, PC, sorry, Xbox.
We'll get the reinforcements.
You know, but do we want them?
They've been fighting the flood. Veterans of ODST?
Now, I remember Xbox Live in 2011, and that shit was pretty racist.
I mean, that was
very...
That was a...
I learned words.
That was a Call of Duty thing, not an Xbox thing.
So
They were part of it.
Let's just start with this, right? So from someone who is not nearly as in-depth of a gamer as the two of you guys are, Helldivers has...
Yeah, we're losers, we know.
What's a woman?
Helldivers has done something that I have never seen before, and it was amass such a non-toxic community this fast.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a very interesting thing because
every rando is great.
Everyone's been just super nice, supportive. Even if they aren't talking, they're helping out.
Correct.
I had this one dude we were playing with. He just runs up, resupplied me. He was pointing me where things were. It was just...
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had a really genuinely nice experience with online gaming like this.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
It is, by and large, an extremely toxic thing, especially when it is an online game. What has been so interesting and handled so well, in my opinion, is the fact that this is a live service game. So there is no videos out there of the game is beat. That we are living it. This is happening, and we all like the consequences are happening in real time, which makes it a fascinating thing that I haven't personally seen before. But then
Destiny was live service, I'm pretty sure.
But it was scripted.
Yeah.
There was no losing.
Yeah.
If we were gonna lose something like Cade, we lost Cade. We were always gonna lose Cade.
Yeah.
Right. Malevelon Creek. We had a chance to win Malevelon Creek.
We lost.
But we lost Malevelon Creek.
Due to lack democracy.
Up your democracy, people. So it's everything that Helldivers and Arrowhead Studios has done with this game is absolutely phenomenal. And before I turn it over and loose to you guys on what you're enjoying about it so much, the one thing that I will say about this that I never really thought I think would happen is I am thrilled, ecstatic about the fact that my feed has had a drastic drop in Call of Duty clips.
Really?
Yep.
I have not seen Call of Duty but maybe 5 times in the last month because Helldivers has taken over, and the positivity of Helldivers and the community of Helldivers and the successes of Helldivers. This, I will be so bold to say, could be the Call of Duty online killer.
You know, my thing with Call of Duty is just you keep throwing out toxic communities. You have freaking hackers all the time. Then on top of it, too, you just look at it and they give you some shitty 6-hour campaign and you just paid for $70.
Instead of the $40 that we paid for Helldivers.
$40, and I've had countless hours of fun.
Well, and that's the thing with Helldivers, too, that really speaks to, and I think this is a big paradigm shift for a lot of people, and I didn't really kind of realize how small the network was of people like us who enjoy cooperative adventure and things like that. Helldivers is, I believe, a lot of the toxicity in other games stems from the PvP aspect of it, of people being like, I'm better than you, you're trash, this and that, go kill yourself, you're no good at this, quit playing.
Are you just reciting things you've heard?
Jeez,
No, I don't.
Damn,
deep.
man.
I don't play those games because of communities like that. And I'm not good at PvP. I've gone on record saying this multiple times. I'm trash at PvP. I can fight PvE enemies all day long because it's against a computer and I can learn the systems. I'm not good at fighting people online.
Right.
But
people are unpredictable.
But having an entire game based around the concept of a tight 4-man squad on suicidal missions where you are all on the same team against an insurmountable enemy has brought people together for that. It's brought people together for that unity that they need. And it's not a play style that most gamers are used to anymore, where it's you guys are all together. You guys are all together. It doesn't matter what you do. We're not fighting each other.
Not only are you all together on that mission, but unless you are level 30 or so like we are and going into like trivial level or easy level missions, you need each other.
Yes.
You have to
Yeah.
cooperate or you are not going to succeed.
Yeah.
I remember when it first came out, I played one mission by myself just to see, and it was, you couldn't do it.
Correct.
You just got your shit rocked. You need it. They're forcing you to be a team.
Correct.
And it's working fantastic.
It is.
Even when someone fucks up, too, there's not the toxicness.
It was on. It's funny that I keep using this example because we joked when it happened that we were creating our own weird digital versions of like war stories.
Right.
But we were on Heath, and Chris was in a bind, and you were getting chased by bugs like no one's business. And you're like, you went down, and I had a turret that dropped in, and I just laid into it. And Chris is like, I looked up and I just saw tracer rounds going through.
Right, like-
and it's like your dude's down. You've got an opportunity to help protect him, to help bail him out of the situation.
Right.
It's this weird thing because then we played a few nights ago, and a weird similar thing was happening, but I was like, Chris, remember Heath, I got this. And you and a couple of randos started booking ass.
Yep.
Like, we've got these formations, these tactics that start to form as we gain more together.
Yes. And that's one of the best things about Helldivers is that there's no... Helldivers is so interesting in the fact that there is kind of a story. There's not a story. There's a setting. There's a setting that you're in, and things need to happen. But the story of the game is the battles we fight, the places we take, the missions we complete. Like, I'm honestly starting to think about, like, when we start getting to like 98, 99% on planets, I just want to run the flag raising missions.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I have yet to run one of those.
It's a trivial one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have yet to run a flag raising mission.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
But it sounds fun.
Yeah, you just go raise super Earth flag, confetti
I
fires
love how that's
off.
trivial. Like it's
Yeah.
just like you get the flag guy.
We got to do another Helldive soon. But
yeah,
all that to say
we
is
really do.
yeah, it's a huge wholesome community that's grown to teach each other. And I've even seen, I'm part of a few Facebook groups for Helldivers, and I see guys on there that are like, I'm level 45 tonight, I'm getting on, and I'm training cadets.
Yeah, here's
And
my tag.
Yeah.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Spence, how many times have, not in a dickish way, but it's like, in the last X amount of years that I've known you, I don't think I've ever gamed with you more than I have in the last month.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know. I guess with like Helldivers, it's like I don't know. It's not like getting boring, I guess, or like
Right.
it's just weird to me that I can play for like 5 hours and it doesn't even feel like it.
It was gnarly. As I was booting it up the other day, and I was like, we've had it for like a month, and I've already clocked like 54 hours.
That's
on
what I'm
the game.
saying. Like I'd never gamed this much.
Correct.
Yeah, it's like every night, like 3-4 hours.
Well, and I think that's also built into the structure of it too, is having the campaigns.
Yeah.
Is like running a campaign with us is like an hour. It's not like contributing to like 2 or 3 hours like when we would play like the Forest or like something a little more story
the
based.
Forest
together.
was kind of tough though, man. Because like when we did play it, we'd have to play like 4 or 5 hours to get anything done.
Yep.
And then it's like you didn't want to like save somewhere weird or like
Yep.
you had to try and build a nest to sleep or some shit.
Yeah, like Helldivers is like, hey, I got time for like a couple quick campaigns. You guys want to hit it? 2 hours?
See, that's the thing. You can finish a campaign in about hour,
Yeah.
2.
2 if they're all 40 minutes. And you,
Yeah.
like, max it, but yeah.
It's done a really interesting thing, and I think so. I mean, that from a community standpoint alone, like we agree, this is epic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you look at what this game has done equally as well that I haven't seen anywhere before, and that is the pure, unadulterated fucking carnage of this game.
yeah.
The explosions, the gunfire, the everything, the damage.
Intensity.
I suppose we only mentioned the community, dude. Like, yeah, if you get into like the barrages, the lasers, fucking smoke screens, the strategies with it too, where like you can use the environment to your advantage.
Yep.
Like I love how guns will overheat fast if it's hot, but they'll take longer if it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Like that laser beam, if it's a cold environment,
It
will
lasts
take
way longer.
Way longer.
Yeah.
So there's like little environmental like tricks that you kind of learn as you play.
Yep.
It's
Don't swim.
Don't swim.
Don't swim. That's the great thing about Helldivers gameplay too, is there's and I've said it when I'm gaming online with you guys, is that there's this level of just absolute intensity that comes to every mission, where it's like every time we play on like a harder difficulty, like I'm clenching and like I'm tensed up and I'm like worked up, like just from and there you can sometimes hit that flow state when you're like out of everything. Like, you remember when we were sticks in the wind, we had to kill all those fucking Terminids, dude?
Dude, but like it was so satisfying at the end, dude. Like
I don't know how we did
dude,
that.
the comedic shit that happens is just
But yeah, that's the thing, is like that's the game.
dude, that was fucking ridiculous though, dude. We had this game plan and everything was set up, and then we're like, we got this. And just the entire mission was just like
The whole thing went sideways.
Clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to put it. Just a clusterfuck.
But what's interesting about when that happens, because we've had a couple of those where all three of us, and we've
Just
even had
fully
one-
overrun.
oh yeah.
we're fully overrun. Like we had a plan, we packed the stratagems accordingly, whatever. Shit goes tits up. There is no retrying that mission because the
Right.
fail has an effect on the global mission.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like you feel there is no just like fuck it, I'm going back to the lobby. I'm gonna try. No, it's like no, you've got to
This
try
is
and
it.
fix this.
Yeah. Like, dude, that when the Shriekers showed up or whatever, that's the official name of the
Yeah.
Flyers now, right?
Yeah, and they're real.
They're real.
You heard it
I
here.
seeked 'em.
Look at me. Look at me. They're real. They're real.
Chris is like, give me a close up.
Dude, I had
What
the
a fucking
worst
thing.
fucking
They're real.
gun for that. I had a shotgun. These things would just dive bomb me, and I'm just done. It was Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
I mean, and even from the perspective of too, and he said it when he first started gaming with us. I mean, Corey, he doesn't have a PlayStation. He's got the fucking PC.
Oh, yeah.
We have never been able to game with him before.
Right.
And we brought him in, and it was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But back to the intensity of it all. I mean, just the fucking madness that ensues with these missions.
Oh, dude. I love when you ragdoll and then just something crazy. Like, do you ever ragdoll and then all of a sudden you're surrounded and then, like, a charger hits you and you go flying and...
Yeah, there have been a
It's
couple
just so
of
much
times.
chaos. Like, ugh.
There have been a couple of times when I'm in my heavy armor and I'm just getting fucking thrown around. Like, I'll get, like, knocked over by a charger and then, like... Or there was one time I think I got, like, knocked by a Bile Titan's leg. Like, it was...
Yeah.
Like, it didn't hit me, but it was walking.
Yeah.
And I just went... Boom, 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 boom,
I
boom,
got
boom.
in his way.
Yeah.
Like,
It was... Yeah, dude. This game is just so great.
fuck the hunters.
Fuck hunters, dude. Fuck hunters.
Fuck that. Fuck the stalkers.
And a stalk. Yeah, that invisible shit.
You know, another great aspect of this game, too, is the non-pay-to-win part of it.
Yeah, man.
You can actually earn it,
Mhm.
you know?
It's really slow, but you can earn it.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. It's like, if you want to pay like $20, pay $20. No big deal. But like, if you don't want to pay $20 and you're like, then you can just still get it.
Even then, the paying the $20 doesn't get you much. You can't buy stratagems with
Yeah,
that.
right.
You can't buy. You can buy some cosmetic stuff.
Right, that's fair. Either way, you're playing the game to get the strategy.
Correct.
Yeah.
They want you to play the game, and the game's evolving. I mean, we got the
Mech suits?
We got the mech suits.
Yep.
The enemies are changing. You just mentioned the streakers or
Yep.
shriekers, not streakers.
I've heard reports of flying chargers.
Fuck off.
No,
No.
that's a lie. You're lying to me.
I've just
That's a place of nightmares.
I've heard reports. I don't know if they're true. I'm waiting
False
on
reports.
We were just talking about this.
Enemy intel.
Spence, we were just talking about this because you had sent us the graphic in the podcast chat around the giant fucking AT-AT walker.
Oh
looking
yeah,
thing,
I don't
right?
know when those are getting introduced, but like you said though, I think it's like the Bile Titan. Like,
I think this is going to be the automaton's answer to the Bile Titan because
Yeah.
when you think about it, right, Chris, we've got the chargers are on the same level as like the automatons, the tanks, and like kind of the Hulks, right? But we don't have anything that is the size of a Bile Titan yet.
so I'm thinking
This may be the thing.
We're gonna have. We gotta get. You know what's?
I want a Luke Skywalker that
We
shit.
need-
yes.
Run up, grappling hook.
We
like,
need Semtex, like the sticky grenades.
Oh, I'm surprised they don't have something
That's-
like that.
I was just thinking that. It's
Like,
really weird that we don't.
They
That'd
have
be great
instant
for.
impact, but nothing sticky.
Yeah. C4.
I still love the rail cannon though. That's like my favorite.
Yeah.
You just throw that pucker down and it's just watching like a bullet.
We were Chris and I were on the other day and with who the fuck was it? Wrong and Ice. These were a couple of cool dudes.
Yeah.
We were running with them. They meshed really well with us, and I had dropped down the manned turret a couple of times and bailed Ice out of a tough situation.
Yeah.
And he goes on the mic. He's like, "You know, I usually hate that turret, but watching you use that, I might have to give that a shot." And I was like, "See."
It's
like-
fucking fun.
But it's like, and it's weird because it's like we go back to the different playstyle things, and it's like how Chris fucking plays. I could never.
No, right.
I couldn't do it. I need high rate of fire, a lot of fucking bullets. Chris
Right.
doesn't play that way. You don't play that way.
No. That's the thing. You're like a high fire rate. You love sentries. Just
I love my robots.
yeah.
And you know what? My robots fucking act the way that God intended. Subservient to man.
How many times you die to a mortar?
Shut the fuck up.
That's what I thought.
Like, how many times have I like gotten in the crossfire?
Or taking like an
something?
autocannon shot to the side, like
Don't walk in front of them.
yeah. Dude, they turn. Like,
That's fair.
You know, it's interesting because it's like I would almost be on board with the idea of the turrets only being able to go 180 degrees.
so
and
you,
not
you
doing
actually
a
have a place to stand behind.
correct. But it's like at the same time, I've also benefited greatly from
Them spinning.
Correct.
They've saved my ass more times than
it would be
yeah.
kind of dope because you know how like if you hold down square, whatever it is for you PC gamers out
Yeah.
there, where you can pick like your rate of fire and your flashlight and shit like that. Wouldn't it be cool if you could decide on your turret how far you want it to be able to turn?
Oh, see, that'd be nice.
Even if you had to walk up to it and like engage a small terminal, I'd be really on board.
like
with
this, kind of like what they do with the satellite dish, where you can kind of
Yes.
pick
Align
your
it.
trajectory. That would be nice, especially if you try and set up a perimeter for extraction.
That. Correct.
But dude, I don't know. Remember that one time that Gatling gun almost wiped your ass out?
Dude, that was so scary.
From my viewpoint, dude, it was the most haunting shit. Because like the Gatling gun like flies around real fast.
It's very quick on its
yeah.
swivel.
So it just lit up fucking everything and stopped like half a foot before Chris.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well,
fuck.
I remember one time I was standing like beside it.
Yeah.
And because of the way my camera was angled, I was looking off this way. And I caught it in my periphery. I just saw the gun go from this to this. And I was like, whoa!
Dude, I think my favorite too is like with the mortars. I fuck those things, but they're so effective when
Fuck
they
those
work
things.
right.
Yeah, when they
Dude,
work right.
I just remember I like put one down and then it started firing, and you could look up and see where it went. And it was like directly above me, and I turn around, and there's this little crawler behind me, and I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I blew up.
Yeah,
Like,
I had one. I set up a mortar once, and I had actually a hunter jump. No, actually, it wasn't that. I was standing by it. I had a hunter jump at me, and I had my guard dog. I turned, and my guard dog went over the mortar's tube, and the mortar hit the guard dog and killed me.
Yep.
And I was like,
at that point, someone wants you dead, Chris.
yeah,
Like,
I was like,
yeah.
I feel like I didn't deserve that, but whatever.
So let's go ahead, and I want to go round table real quick. Best moment on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
2 if you really can't decide, and then we'll bring this episode to a close. Spence, you look like you need a moment to think.
yeah, I'm trying to think of my.
All right, Chris, start us off.
I can't remember the planet we were on. I think it might have been Krimiska. And it was either our first suicide mission or it was our first Helldive. And I remember I was fighting backwards up a hill with nothing but my breaker and my guard dog on, and I was screaming into the mic. I was raging because there was nothing like, and not in like a you know what I'm talking about. Like, I wasn't like angry at my fellows or anything like that, but I was just like, ah! And we were fighting. It was
that battle cry.
It was the battle cry, dude, and that fight was so intense. And me and Spencer have talked about this kind of experience before, where it was so intense that I don't remember the fight. I remember the fight being over at some point.
See, it's weird how it like locks you into that. You're like, yeah.
See, it's that kind of a moment that really makes me think, like, do we need to do a live stream?
I'm fully down.
It might have to be censored, but yeah.
Fuck that. Please.
Like,
Shy of that one word being used.
all right, that's fair. I'll avoid that one word.
I think we're going to revisit this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Chris, what other story do you got? Are you leaving it at the one?
The other story I got, oh man, that one was just so intense though. I think the other story that I got was when I ran my first solo mission. I was terrified the whole time. I didn't have the localization confusion yet, and every fight I got into was like that. Even though it was only like on a medium difficulty, I was playing alone.
Right.
But every fight I got into, man, it was like white knuckling it, and I don't know. I'm there for the intensity, and I loved it.
For sure. By the way, real quick before I transfer.
Oh, Fist of God. Fist of God.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you discovered it?
Fist of God. When we discovered it with
that
Corey,
was a good one.
we all synced up 4 orbital laser stratagems and pitched them into a...
The largest base we could find, and it was gone in like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
I loved all of it.
They didn't know what hit them, dude.
Yeah, the Fist of God did.
So before I transition before I transition us over to Spencer here, what is the name of your ship?
The SES Bringer of Steel.
Bringer of Steel.
I wanted the Bringer of Lead, but that's not an option yet.
How fucking rude. All right, Spence, start us off here, man.
All right, man, I got 2 of them.
You got 2.
This was
Before you start, what's the name of your fucking ship?
Hammer of the People.
Hammer of the People. Fucking love it. All right,
Dude,
take us
D&D
away.
Quote, yeah. Anyway, so frickin' I got 2 of them. One of them involves just dumb luck, and the other one involves actually it was just cool to watch. So one of them was like, I was getting swarmed by a group of hunters, and I was like doing that dive, just trying to get away from them, and they just kept coming. And I can't remember. It was like one of you guys came running past me, and the Charger was chasing you guys, and it wiped the hunters. That to me was like one of my favorites. So yeah,
That's legit.
Yeah, I'm like friendly fire both ways, bitch.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes
I think
I'll
you
run.
screamed that.
That was recently, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it was.
I'll run
was like a couple
hordes
weeks ago, I
around
think.
Bile Titans sometimes to do that.
Yeah.
They'll puke all over their own guys.
Oh yeah. So that was one of my. We're like, oh thank God. Yeah, that was a good one. And then my other one was. I know everyone hates it, but it involved mortars. But we just threw down some mortars, and they were turning a corner, coming down like a slope, and we just watched them get bombarded.
Yeah. Was that when we were holding that ground with those guys?
I think that's yeah.
Yeah, we just sat there and fucking emoted.
We
the
just
whole match.
watched like.
Well, by the time they started breaking through, everything cooled down again.
Yes, and then we just recalled everything.
Yeah.
It was such a smooth like. One guy just sat up top with a laser, and he'd hit a few that kind of yeah, that just worked. I don't know, but yeah, those were probably my two.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah,
Steven, you.
yeah.
was
What's
a
your favorite?
Beautiful fucking thing. So my ship is the Prophet of War. I think my top two, I'm thinking Heath was the big one.
Mm-hmm.
That one will stay burned in my head. So I was probably a good half a mile away from you at
Yeah,
that
I
point?
think you were a good like 200, 300 meters away. Like you were far off.
Right, and so it's like you're getting overrun, and I dropped this turret down so I could hop in it, and I just zoned in as best as I could, and I just fucking went at it, and just hearing you over the mic go, "Oh my God, the fucking tracer rounds of fucking peace!" It was good. Like, it was literally cinematic as fuck because you just see those like World War II movies and whatnot, or even like the modern military movies where like the dude is gonna die, and the music is starting to come in. And
Mario
also,
movie.
and just all of a sudden, you say, and it's like the helicopter came in. So just like, I had my guardian angel moment that I was like, yes.
You're like when that guy's about to die and the chopper reaches over the forest line.
Yeah.
That was like your moment.
It's like Gandalf on the Rohirrim.
No, that's exactly. So I was like, okay, yes. I think the other one, and I don't remember what difficulty it was on, but we were extracting. We were out of fucking time, and I stood fucking still. And there was that bile titan
that
coming
was a
around
good
the fucking
one.
corner, and I'm like, I am gonna stand right the fuck here, and I'm not gonna move. And it was looking, and it was looking, and it was looking, and by the time it finally saw me, I booked ass. It went around. I couldn't bring you guys back. I didn't have anything else to call down. I can't turn around and fight, or I'm gonna get overran. And I like barely made it into the fucking shuttle. I was like, my neck was like tensed up and everything. But by the time I actually exfilled on that, like everything was just like,
Dude,
we're good now.
I haven't played a game where the second you get on that ship, you got like that instant relief of like,
It's like that. You remember that?
You made it.
You remember that Rick and Morty scene?
yeah, I was not in control.
I was Lock Morty.
This game is amazing, and it is safe to say that this game is not going anywhere anytime soon. And I am looking forward to anything that the devs have to throw at us. Fuck you, Joel.
Don't fucking know.
No,
Joel.
I'll say it. Fuck you. All right, Joel. We're coming for you. We're coming for your bugs. We're coming for your bots. And
There goes 3 quadrants, just right there.
See, why can't
damn it, by the power of Dubby, we will devour you.
Why doesn't he shit talk me like this?
With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and call this one a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, make sure to check out dubby.gg. That's the website. Use our discount code WhatYouTake10 to get 10% off your order. And until next time,
Spread democracy.
peace.